During the scientific research process, there are two types of research. The first type is primary research. When you complete primary research, you will make observations of the world around you, just like how these students are making observations of the plants and other things in their environment. You can use these observations to answer your questions. The next type of research is called secondary research. This is when you learn from the findings of someone else. For example, you may read a book and learn about the experiments that someone else has completed and what they learned, or you may search on the internet for research. This is called secondary research and can be used to answer your question. Research is not a linear process. As you research and learn more, you may change your questions or come up with new questions. Because of this, research is an ongoing process that occurs during and even after you've started your process. If you find something out in your research, you may want to continue it even after you answer your question. There are multiple ways to complete research, so it's important that you choose the research approach that is best for you. These students are all trying to learn about the world in different ways, and this research process is flexible. So make sure that you think about how you like learning and how you learn best when you decide how you're going to research. When you're researching online, it's important to use your critical thinking skills to make sure that your sources are credible. You have to think about who posted this and why, and compare it with some other information that you find from talking to your friends or even to the teacher to make sure that what you find online is accurate. During the scientific research process, there are 4 different stages. The first is initiating and planning. In this stage, you're going to come up with your research question, and you're going to start looking for and identifying different resources that you can use to answer your question. In the second stage of the scientific research process, you're going to perform and record. So that means that you're going to look at the sources you picked, identify the most important information, pick out the key details that help you answer your question, and record the information, for example, by writing some notes, maybe adding some information to some slides, or something else. Next is analyzing and interpreting. When you find information and write down the key information, you still have to think about what does this mean for my question and what does this mean for other questions I may have. So you need to analyze the information and then summarize it somehow so that you can share that information with others. Because finally, the last stage is communicating your findings. So once you have gotten enough information to answer your question and you have analyzed it and summarized it, you're ready to share your results. That could be online by sharing your screen with your class, or in a small group by sharing some information with a few of your classmates. Overall, the scientific research process includes 4 main stages: initiating and planning, performing and recording, analyzing and interpreting, and communicating. And this process is usually paired with a scientific experimentation process so that you can find information through various means to answer your research questions.